You know, bermed houses, I don't know if you guys have ever seen bermed houses. There's such beauty in the world. Dude. Like, literally, the world could be so beautiful for people if we just, like, got rid of everybody else.
The only thing that makes living this way not accessible are laws. This is my home. This is the 50 million milliliter mansion. Not many people
You
are
are
going
shitting on white power.
to be finding this. Earthships
This is
are the
what we
most
could be doing with all our time. We could be having like drama about who makes the best bermed house.
efficient buildings
Check this
until we
out.
can build with water. That sounded like a dare, sounded like a challenge. So what I've done is I've built my home with water.
Dude, we could be living like this. We could be living in the wood, in the dirt. We could be living in a hole.
Today.
We get so if you do want
Right around land, trees, living where to be able to build it. Objective that turned into a home rather than a factory, but the principle stays the same. What I mean by living underground is I literally live underground.
But if Arvel's compound was all bermed houses, then I would go. I would hit the road, and I would 100% just go live with Arvel forever. No hesitation.
The home that I've built is the 50 million milliliter mansion. It's basically 50,000 litres of water surrounded by earth with a kitchen in a bedroom. So
Dude, there's no footage of inside. This just looks like garbage. Yeah, look at this.
Is
Finally,
designed,
okay.
again, trying to be as discreet as possible, but also as efficient as possible. So we've just got a very low wall here that just stops the wind throwing itself into the doorway. But this is basically the entranceway. Solar panel, which is for the lighting, so all the lighting's solar. So we have a wardrobe that you have to go through in order to go into the home. The entranceway is designed so that if I do come in with wet or dirty clothes, I'm able to derobe and hang stuff up. And then this area really is the indoor part. This is where I have a bit of an office space, I have storage, I have an indoor compost loo, and then the actual living quarters, which is where I spend every night. So how did I decorate? Why did I decorate in such a way? It was again to hide how crap the wood was. So this really is just to hide the fact that it's OSB and OSB looks ugly. Yeah, that was the design inspiration. Everything is recycled, so it's just a matter of trying to make it look as not like crap or rubbish, really. I've done the bottle walls here. What I've done is just used clay or cob, basically clay and straw, and these just are old bottles, and it's just a way of filling in the gaps because all of the double glazing was free, and we just simply have 4 or 5 posts.
Dude, it's so cool though. Like, even though with the shortcomings, it's like so fun, bro.
In the gap. So I got a family crest, fills a gap. Everything else is IKEA soap bottles. And the only concrete that we've got is these blocks, simply because I couldn't measure the height.
It's so bright inside. That's nice though. Honestly, that's like nice. Like having natural light come in and just constantly, it just feels real.
The floor is insulated and waterproofed, and again, plastic pallets. The idea is that I wanted to get as much light in to the back of the building, but at the same time, making sure that the light comes in is not too hot. So that's where we have the light set so that the winter light
But this
comes
is
in,
a house inside of a hill.
The summer, we don't have the
This guy made a house inside of a hill.
whereas the direct sunlight will hit the back of the building during the winter. So again, taking the same principles from Earthships. The only heating system I have is purely, I would call recreational, which is a wood stove, a wood burner. But again, I don't use that because if you look on the temperature, it's running at 18 degrees in here, which is perfectly reasonable without any need for central heating. Again, the thermal efficiency of this means that I don't have to heat it. There is no need to heat it. If I choose to heat it, it's purely just so I can see fire, but I don't actually need to heat it at
marijuana?
all. And so zero cost on that. This is a much more functional space. So this is storage and brewing. Nice and dark, nice and warm, perfect for brewing. This is basically a very simple compost loo, and again, more storage. But this is just an area that I can use as an indoor compost loo if I don't want to go outside during the winter. Compost loo means bucket and straw. Oh, sorry, wood chip. Showers always outside. That's the wall. That's the IBCs there, the other side, and then the other side of that is the earth. You can't really tell that from under here. This is really just a raised area so that I get a view. The idea behind this is just I needed a separate workspace. Other than that, it's just purely just for viewing, and the eye line means that you're looking like you're in the ground looking out. The view is across to all my neighbours. We've got a fairly south-southwesterly view, so most of the sun will sit during the day on these two windows. Try and keep this area, which is the living space, try to keep this as clean as possible. That's a lie. But as you come through, it's basically set out as any camper van might be. We've got a kitchen area, got a living room area, and then a bedroom area. Minimal amount of furniture, really. So it's not a huge amount of space, but I don't spend an awful lot of time in here except for sleeping and eating, really. Trying to utilise parts of the IBCs, so these the sheets are from the IBCs. I've got a simple wood stove, which is for heating. Rainwater and river water is filtered, so I've just got a simple filtering system. The sink is simply a funnel into a container. Everything runs on electric, so I've got a microwave, fridge freezer, kettle, hot plate, induction plate. We've got the air fryer. So everything I need to cook, it runs off of electric. And basically this is it. This is my home. I try to live as simple as possible, and this enables me to do it for free. Basically, I don't have to heat or cool this. And like I say, the cost of this was minimal. It was simply a bit of hard work.
Burned houses are so cool.
Some crazy ideas.
Like, we should be doing this instead of arguing about the Middle East.
Because it's not like an oppressive, super strong. I mean,
just two gay guys out in the woods.
So that's one aspect. Okay. But the main aspect is the thermal mass insulation value.
Dude,
I think everybody should be building houses like this. Yeah. I mean, they're low maintenance, they're super efficient, they're super strong. I mean,
big money game. You and your boyfriend could do this.
Earthquake zone. Yeah. So
you and your gay boyfriend could be
stand an earthquake. I mean, when it's not if, but when it comes, you know, there's going to be a lot of structures in Lincoln County that are destroyed. We may have broken windows, but our structure is going to remain solid.
So the front here is just sort of an access portal.
Right. We just recently built this. That was originally the exterior door.
Okay.
Dude, I love bermed houses.
So this is kind of an entrance arch, smaller than the other arches, so it kind of brings you into the house.
And then, wow, it opens up. It feels almost medieval. You know?
Well, there's kind of that Gothic arch church kind of, or underside of a ship.
What's the height to the oculus, to the...
So the ceiling here is 12 feet, and then that's another, 4 or 5 feet. And then the earth comes just below the lower end of that. So there's about 3 feet of earth at the thinnest part on top of the house. It's funny because we'll talk to people who drive by, and the description that they use for our house is, you have the house, you know? Some people who build these structures, they encapsulate the steel I-beams, which I think is a really attractive aspect of it.
It can be like historic, but also futuristic, because it's also a shape that makes sense geometrically for a lot of reasons, right?
Yeah, the arch is one of the oldest architectural strong points of building known to man. So
from here, we can sort of see rebars underneath all this.
yeah, these steel I-beams are actually encased halfway. So half of the I-beam is on the other side of the stucco. We wanted them to show and to kind of give definitions to the space.
They're actually highlighting shapes in a
Yes.
way, right?
Yeah, and it's like,
Dude, it's so cool. Look at this.
There's just so many shapes here. Every time I move, I'm like, wow, there's another.
well, I will say one thing. I got really good at doing sheetrock to a curve. You know, building to a curve. That's a challenge.
How do you do that?
I would measure like from a point, and I would do a vertical line and measure every like 6 inches, then scribe that onto the sheetrock. But like I said, because these walls are not load bearing, one of the things that we did, again with how much time we had to build, because you know we were doing paycheck to paycheck, this whole wall was originally designed differently. It was going to be pretty much straight across. And then we thought, well, let's make a bigger pantry. So we brought this wall out, and this is our pantry, as I've always wanted, a nice big pantry.
Walk-in pantry.
Yeah. And then, you know, we wanted an open floor plan. We do a lot of entertaining, and this is a great place for parties. We have our furniture on wheels.
Yeah, it is a great place for parties, dude.
We want to have a dance party.
Invite me,
move the
bro.
Couch out of the way. And then we both love to cook. So a nice open kitchen that's easy for, you know, multiple people to work in. This was a fun project. Initially, we just had plywood countertops and just 2x4 shelving. In the process of building out, we would splurge on certain
I'm going
things
to Missouri.
and
I'm not
be
living
very
in a
economical
burned house in
on
Missouri.
other
Ooh,
things.
dude.
But we saved up.
Maybe I should live in Missouri.
I did a concrete countertop. So this is all one monolithic pour. So it's a pour in place countertop.
So you did it all in one day?
Yeah, then I had a little
Nah, it's not even
party,
burned,
a
bro.
concrete mixing party.
Shit ain't even burned.
That's been really nice because it doesn't, you know, you put hot pots on it, and
The outcome is just
It's like stone. It feels like nice stone, actually.
it's not perfect. Don't look too close.
Yeah, but neither is stone, right?
Yeah.
So that makes it natural.
It's organic.
It's organic. Nature is not perfect, so yeah.
I always wanted it, you know, this is great countertop
Bro's
height
locked
for
in.
parties, but when we want to have a sit down and just,
so you are using a tool.
yeah. I have a hand crank, but that takes a lot longer. So I got one of these sit-stand tables from Surplus for free, and then this tabletop came from the library because they surplus that, and I just put them together. And
So
Smart.
what is this? Like you actually just put it?
there's a crank in there, and it winds down the base.
That's just an electric.
It's a little cordless drill.
Bro likes that trick.
And you figured out.
It's meaningless, but bro, that's one of those things that bro loves to show people.
That you could just attach that instead.
Yeah,
And
I had to
yeah.
make this little thing
Yo,
to
Jake
fit
Future
the-
23, thank you for the follow.
that's ingenious.
And then it just goes back up.
Yeah. Because why hand crank when you can?
But
Everything's so custom.
Yeah.
Everything.
speaking of custom, we got a really good wood stove because that's our own, basically our, between the wood stove and the solar gain, that's our only source of heat.
Well, it's not our only source, it's what we use.
Gay guy be like, I love my gay house.
It's what we use.
The county made us put in 2-bedroom walls.
Gay guy be like, I love my gay house and my gay husband.
Yeah, getting back to those codes, they say, oh, you have to have a heater in a bedroom.
You don't need it, probably.
Yeah, we don't use them. When the sun shines in, especially the winter sun, because the way the supporting arch is built, there's actually over a 2-foot overhang. So in the summer, the sun gets blocked from coming very far into the house. But in the winter, it'll come all the way through the house. And actually, another interesting, in the morning, the sun
Dude,
will
it's
come
so
through
cool.
that window and go all the way out through the shower in our bedroom over there.
So in winter, it's pretty set up then for heating it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really nice, very low energy bills. And
Yeah. If there's no sun?
Then it doesn't matter.
usually when it's sunny, it's cold here, so it's perfect. And when it's cloudy, it warms up. So it's a couple of logs of wood at night, and that's it.
The whole concept of thermal mass with this type of structure. So the concrete will absorb the heat from the fire or the sun. The concrete floor absorbs the heat, and then it radiates back. And the whole, being earth sheltered, the temperature of the earth is like 55 degrees or whatever. So you're never having to either.
Burrowed homes are more expensive to build. Yeah, but they look so cool, dude. And they last. They're like, it's just a vibe, dude. It's a whole ass vibe, really. It's like so much more swag and cool, and like you're alive. You know what I mean? It's something where it's like, damn, I'm really alive. Like, damn, we really are alive. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to you?
Go heat up very far or cool down.
No, it's not
In
a bunker
regular
though.
house, you
It's like
turn
a
the
live.
heat
It's like a
off,
bunker. It's
the
like
heat
hiding from the world. This is like
dissipates very
embracing a
quickly.
life.
It doesn't.
It's like
dissipate in
embracing
this type of structure
like
because it's being held
humanity,
in the
embracing life
concrete.
itself,
And
embracing
in the
like
summertime,
nature.
when we do get heat, because
part
the
of it.
Earth is still 55 degrees, that radiates through, so it keeps the house cool. So it's a kind of a win-win situation, which is I don't understand why more people don't build houses like this. And the first time someone sleeps here, it's really interesting because you can kind of feel that it's almost womb-like, because it's not like an oppressive weight on you, but it's like an encompassing weight. And this is a really wonderful place to sleep. And it's very quiet. Yes. This is the west side of the house, which is the master bedroom suite. So we created the bed area, and then, there's so much concrete and steel in this house, we had to add some wood. And speaking of wood, I forgot to mention, so all the framing of these interior walls are done from wood that we had milled from this home site. The people that we bought the land from, they
This
had
food
actually
streamer
cut
is
into
high
the
on
hill and
perks.
created the site, and they cut all the trees down and they just left them. And it was
Pisses
actually
me off that people live so nicely. Nah, the key is to like really get in your bag and really lock in, and then figure out how to make it work. Figure out how to get to that point. You know what I mean? That's the dream. Is like, don't stay on point enough not to become so obsessed with the negative things. It's like the game. Work on the game. Create something that can get you enough wealth to make something like this, to live something like this. You know what I mean? And then create your own slice of paradise.
very first thing we did when we moved onto the property is we hired a guy with a portable sawmill and had all those trees milled up to 2x6s, 2x4s, 4x4s.
What's crazy is all the streamers, like all the successful streamers, could do this. Like Sneeko could easily do this, easily afford this. Nick could easily afford this. All these people could easily afford like living in such a magical world, and just living in such like a magical environment that like makes them feel happy and locked in and just like comfy and part of the world. XQC could do this, Aiden Ross could do this, but they all like none of them choose to do it. It's kind of weird. It's very odd to me. It's like they don't choose to like make their life beautiful. It's like freaky, dude.
So I would say 90% of the wood in this house came from where we're standing.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. So you added the interior walls later.
Yeah, this actually was the last part of the house that we finished. We had finished the other side first because we wanted to get the kitchen in and at least
Yeah,
one
it's so magical.
bathroom,
That's really what it is.
so that we could finally move out of the trailer.
It's like imagine being a kid growing up in like this type of world. Like that would be so perfect. Like that's like honestly ideal. Like if you like growing up as a kid and then having like access to doing things, but then also you live in like a magic house. You live in like a hobbit house and you live in a house that's like so fun for your imagination. You can run around outside. And then you come inside and there's books and you can read, and you can draw, play games. You know what I mean? Imagine how happy you'd be as a child doing like living in this type of world.
So how many years were you living in a trailer? What?
6, 7 years. Not ideal. We didn't think it was going to take as long as it did, but because it was taking us so long, it gave us the time to really think about what do we want here, where do we want to light, which was especially important in a concrete structure. You put conduit through the concrete and it's where it is. And there was actually another benefit, which was we don't have a mortgage. That's a plus. So we created a walk-in closet. This was another idea I had for a dresser to not fill into the space. This actually goes.
What's with the freaky iconography of like Ting Tut, the mirror, and then the there was like what's that Ganesh? I think Ganesh, right, is the elephant god.
into the bathroom. So
yeah, I lived out in the country as a kid and it was great. Yeah, I lived on the side of the mountain. On the side of a mountain, and we'd ride bikes and we'd go up into the woods and we'd go sledding on like a hill in the woods. But yeah, it was awesome because like you run around outside and there's like pine trees and you're I remember as a kid you like spin around and you get lost. You go into the woods and you spin around a lot and then you're like, where am I? And then you like wander around and then you lay down on the floor of like the forest with like the pine needles and you take a nap. And just comfy, listen to music, run around, play wiffle ball outside, play volleyball, play flag football, play airsoft. Dude, yeah, finding animal skulls in the woods. Yeah, like hiking around and seeing like deer trails. That was like a crazy thing. It's like deer trails are so cool because like there's like a trail, but it's just like, say you don't want to go on it because you get ticks, right? Yeah, getting ticks. Yeah, hiking though. Go in the woods and just running around and like finding like campfires from people. So cool, dude. Were there bears? I never saw a bear. There have been bears in the area where I grew up. I never saw a bear.
That's the back end.
That's the back end of the dresser. And this was more concrete countertops that I did. This was kind of fun doing the coloring in it. It turned out a lot rougher. But then I kind of like it. It's almost like kind of a granity roughness.
I love the stuff that looks like stone.
And then we have the sort of walk in, walk out shower. So
with like rock from local. Did you find it?
There's some like these different colored rocks are agates from around here.
That's cool. Beautiful. Just played.
Yeah.
Just kept, like the shape is whatever you wanted to
Ever
make
heard
it,
great
right?
horned
It's not like a straight
owls?
line
I
or-
don't know.
That's really fun.
I might have. I don't. If they're
I
kind of
noticed
stink,
there's
probably
a
not.
Mossy.
Ever heard of
kind
Fisher?
The tree.
Have you guys ever heard of Fisher? Those are crazy. The Fisher is the only animal I've ever heard like it sent like shivers down my spine. Or it was like literally like it felt like it was from a different world. It was like a curse. It was like when you hear like in like a movie and somebody hears like a witch laugh. It was like that, but it was like in real life. It was crazy.
Town viewer 774678 sent $5 rejected on Shark Tank. Now $640 M in sales.
I'm out.
I'm out.
I want to address the name of your business. I think it's a terrible name. It's hard to spell, hard to remember.
Rejected on Shark Tank. Let me see. I think Fish Tank. I think it's $640.
If I want to send flowers to your grave, I have to wait 6 days. And I think you died here today. I'm out. Good luck, John.
Let's see how he's doing now.
Losing the deal with the Sharks was certainly disappointing, but in the life of an entrepreneur, there can
Rest
be no
in peace, Sneeko.
no's.
Sneeko
About a year
died,
ago,
dude.
I pick up the phone. Hey, John, it's Robert from Shark Tank.
I was planning my wedding, and I'm thinking, who do I know in the flower business? And I remember Boots. I call up John. He creates this incredible arrangement for my wedding. As I'm learning about the flowers, I'm learning
Reports
about
of
the
direct impacts
business.
in
I decided to take a
Bathsheba
second look
and
and invest in the
Tel
business.
Aviv.
When I pitched in the tank, we had done about $700,000
Iranian
in
missiles had
sales.
struck
Now,
Kabul,
3.5 years
Saudi
later, we've done
Arabia.
over $88 million in revenue.
Even after that, this business is now doing over $100 million a year, with more than $640
8
million
a.m.
in
Operation
lifetime
Epic Fury
sales.
conference. I think it's over if they're having Hegseth and not Trump, because Trump won't be saying that. I don't know though. We'll have to wait for Nick to find out. IDF is currently carrying out attacks on Iran following several Iranian missile launches towards Israel. It's like, what is this point, dude? You know what I mean? Let's get back to this. Thank you. I appreciate $5. First donation of the
It's
night.
in the middle of the
Shit.
house.
Shit.
There's so many curves
Power
in
Trap
here. I
Live
didn't want a
/Paul
square
Town.
corner there.
Let's try to get up to
So
200, $300 a night. We're trying to get about $300 a night of streaming. So if you could, somebody could send me about $100 right now, $150, that'd be good. Power Trap Live /Paul Town.
This is moss that they use in florist shops. It's real moss. It's been dried and colored. And then I took the bark off of some of our firewood.
Yeah, I wouldn't do stuff like this.
And,
Like something like this is too much. Where it looks like Nicolas Cage. This is too much because it's like that's gonna fall apart.
With a hot glue gun and just built the tree. And I always joke with people, well, you should see the rest of the tree.
So you're just inventing as you go.
Yeah.
Based on like what you can afford and what might make sense.
What we
and
find is like,
yeah.
so we found like the stone work here.
Yeah.
We found a deal on the stone, but it was a lot of broken pieces. There were actually little panels that kind of go together. And originally we were going to do this
Good
whole
vision though. This
wall.
guy has a good vision.
And when I started doing it on the wall,
Very, very nice
one,
house.
I realized it was a lot of work, and two, we didn't have quite enough to finish the whole wall. And we realized having that separation, kind of like a wainscoting, is actually more interesting than if I had done the whole wall with stone. And then that gave us enough to kind
That's
of
true.
add it over here, which ties the two parts of
Yeah, I
the
wish he had
room
plants.
together.
I wish he had some
under
plants.
the
That would
bar
be
here.
nice. Having some nice plants. I think that would be a good touch. I don't know why he hasn't really done it.
Paul
Goated.
Town viewer 774678 sent $5. Good video.
Let's find it. Let me find it on here.
How do you know?
How do you know?
It says fail.
No.
It's okay. I figured that.
No. No, no, no.
Why'd you figure that?
I just didn't feel good about my essays, so I'm gonna see. But it's okay.
That's so crazy.
It would have been amazing.
You worked
if
so
I
hard. Damn.
Didn't she pass it
Damn,
though?
it's my essays. I knew it.
Oh, honey. Damn, I really wanted
this was.
Oh, I feel so bad.
Didn't she end up passing?
She
I
worked
thought she
so hard.
passed. 2 months ago?
I'm actually nervous right now. I never get.
Obviously, this
Do you want a shot of tequila?
No. Should I?
Oh, you have your dad's notebook.
Yep. It's 5 o'clock. I didn't make it.
How do you know?
How do you know?
It says fail.
No.
It's okay. I figured that.
No. No.
Kim Kardashian, sobbing and surrounded by family as she learns she failed the California bar exam.
It's a different experience for sure.
The heartbreaking moment and the hugs from her oldest
Should have
son,
stayed with
Sam,
EA.
finally revealed.
Thought you were gonna be a legal lawyer, but nah, you failed the bar exam 2 months ago. You could have been you could have been a success. You could have been a star, but now you were nothing. But now you were zero because you left the goat.
Kardashians, streaming now on Hulu.
I want my scores though. Damn, it's my essays. I knew it.
Cameras show Kim arriving to take the hours-long test in July.
That was the most humbling experience of my life. Like, the roller coaster is like insane. I'm just like so emotional about it. I just don't think I did that good on the last set, and it's like messing
Hey,
with me.
bruh. This shit tragic as
I
fuck.
really need to pass this, you know?
We learned the results in
This
November,
shit tragic
but
as
this
fuck.
is the first time we're seeing Kim's reaction in real time. Sister Chloe blaming the L on Kim's Hulu series, All's Fair.
Why don't we also plan that maybe she doesn't shoot a TV show, not one, but two at the same time, where you're memorizing lines and memorizing law.
California law says she's only entitled to half.
Unless she can prove that her husband's conduct amounted to cruelty
Damn.
and coercion.
It's so funny to have a show about being like a lawyer and then fail your bar exam after you like think it's a real. That's crazy, actually.
Entitling her to a much larger portion of those joint assets.
Yeah, All's Fair was renewed for a second season last month.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, critically acclaimed.
Around the same time, Kim told fans that falling short on the bar exam, quote,
Well, yeah, just try
only
again.
motivates me more.
Failing short isn't failure, it's fuel. Is that AI? That's gotta be AI, dude. The problem is, it's probably not AI, it's probably her writing, but using AI so much. I don't know. I don't even know these people. The Kardashians, I don't really understand. I don't understand them, honestly. We don't know if it's AI anymore because it's like people just use AI enough where they suck at writing.
So material first.
In some cases, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
finding that window dictated how big that opening was going to be. Jeff used to work at a map store, so that's where he got these beautiful
But she
maps.
tried to do something, so good for her.
We actually
Good for her trying,
will
you know?
move them.
Everybody should try.
Like right now, we have North America over there.
Why not?
So that's the map where you can look really close, and it actually
Why
has
not try,
the next
you know?
town.
No.
3,000
Everyone should
people,
try.
and it's on this map. So the east side gets really wonderful light in the morning, and that's why, you know, we did splurge on these windows, getting the arched windows. And I've seen structures like this where they put square windows in an arched area, and it just doesn't make sense to me. So it was definitely worth doing that. Plus, it really lets the sun into the house. And like this is an example where you can look up and you can see the spider webs and the sky. But there is actually enough of an overhang to block the summer light coming in.
It's so comfy, dude. So beautiful.
And then this is our guest room / office. I just recently retired, so I never had an office at home before, but I do now.
So again, you put the wall in later, this wall went in later,
Yeah.
based on what you thought you needed, or
Right, to fit the bathtub that we decided. And we splurged on the bath. We got a thermal hydro massage.
The tile's nice.
So
I
that
like that
kind of
tile.
dictated where this wall was going to go.
Very comfy, very comfy
And
tile
then,
on the
this
shower.
is a feature that I'm really proud
They
of.
could have done a little better
The
grouting,
kitchen's
but-
on the other side of this wall. And this wall drawer goes under
Ooh,
that
that's cool.
corner kitchen that is dead space.
wow. So
That's a nice little
like goes
touch. I
into
like
the
that.
kitchen.
Yeah. Right.
That's
So
actually
this
really
gives us
cool.
a towel and linen storage, and it's easily accessible. And that corner in the kitchen on the other side would normally be a place that old dishes go to hide. I've really enjoyed taking opportunities of materials. Like for example, I got this door for free. I said, well, let's put in a pocket door. It's like, well, okay, then I've got to frame it in to fit that particular door.
I don't like the bath. The sliding's fine, but it's not.
We've
The
had
glass is a
people
little
say,
weird.
"Oh, it's like living in a cave." And as you can see, there's light everywhere in this house. In fact, more light than certainly our house that we had in Toledo and most people's houses. There's a sense of openness, and while at the same time having that, like when you sleep in this house, you feel like you're being cuddled. And that's a really nice feeling.
I think because you were strategic with windows. You were very smart about placing them.
Yeah. And just by changing, the original design was a straight cross. And then when we started thinking about, can we just eke out a little more southerly on each side? And it made building the house more difficult because laying out where these steel beams went into the concrete on a slight curve was a bit of a challenge, but it's so worth it. Just that variation of a slight east, southeast, west, southwest ends of the house, I think make a really big difference.
A more rebar time for you?
A lot of rebar. A whole lot of rebar.
That's cool, dude. He built a prefab kit, self-build underground homes on a budget. Let's see.
He does have a long driveway.
Dude, that's like the thing too, is like this area type of living is just so much, it's so superior to anything else. Just like the pine trees and just the path and just the feeling of like dirt and the feeling of like the smell of the grass and the smell of the pine trees in the air. And then just like the quality of the air you get. It's so, and then the feel of the gravel underneath the car or a bike. It just feels, or your feet, even if you're walking, like as long as you have shoes on. If you're walking in bare feet, you have to be a high level country boy for that. But, dude, it's just like so good for your soul, dude. What's up, Chubbs?
Yeah, that's new. Yeah, okay. She's building up. Oh yeah. Wow.
Super cheap.
That's cool.
That whole thing is new.
Dude.
Hi there.
Hi.
Welcome.
Why is everything so like shitty on like my computer? Fucking trash, dude. Whatever. Let me exit out of this shit. Clean up some RAM, I guess. Why not?
You've changed. I mean, we see there's.
I think YouTube's like
there's a
fucking
new
over.
hole in the
like,
ground here, right?
Fucking me over,
Yeah.
dude. Everything else works fine, and then like YouTube itself just sucks so bad.
This is when you'll probably pull off that video and show the hillside last year. It was just like a hill. You asked me, so what do you want to do with this? I said, well, I want to turn it into a hobbit village. The structure that I'm going to show you in here is 42 feet, basically.
I think the stream crashed when you press play. Yeah, I think it's like literally like YouTube is like just shit, dude.
How far it comes back right to here. And then I'm going to be building 4 hobbit houses, north, east, south, west, around that hill over there.
Okay.
So there'll be one facing kind of like each direction. This is going to be the biggest one right here. Okay. And then you'll be able to go from this structure right here, you'll be able to go from this structure to that one.
So it's going to be connected like a whole tunnel, Hobbit tunnel.
Yeah. The big thing is I wanted to create a Hobbit type underground structure. You can call it a Hobbit safe house. You could do it as a mother-in-law suite. But what my goal was to be able to create a structure more affordable and easier to build for people.
Dude.
I thought a lot about this because I did the Quonset hut so much.
Now you see that we're underground inside a Quonset hut.
Exactly. I got all the bedrooms. The Quonset
It's too
hut's a
dark.
little
This
bit-
isn't a-
it
this
seems
is like
easy, and it kind of is. but
Fallout
you're at the
bunker. Still
mercy
really
of
cool,
the
but it's
people that
depressing.
Supply the Quonset huts. Then you got to learn how to put them up. And you know they're high and all this stuff, and they're kind of scary because we put them up numerous times. But for the average person, I mean, even us as construction guys, it takes a good couple times to really get the feel. But the big key was, I thought, how could I make an easier structure? Because really the Quonset hut and this structure is just a form that you're going to spray on, right?
Okay.
You can see how I created the structure. It's literally the easiest thing you could imagine. These hoops that I made, these arches, I had these fabricated out of a 24-foot long piece of galvanized pipe. The size that comes out of a 24-foot with a full arch is actually 12 feet wide is what you get.
You need to add in
so
skylights or
that determined
something.
everything for me because I want
It's
to
way
have it
too
fairly
dark.
high. So this is almost 9 feet tall in here. But literally when I poured this
Way too dark. You need to add in skylights,
that
dude.
day, I went and picked up these hoops that I'd had this company bend them for me. These are access to that other stairwell. He goes, we got to conduit behind that post in these gaps. Now, I stayed in a Hobbit house in Washington, and someone had made one, and it was plenty big, and it was only 30 feet long.
Okay.
So, and it's very similar to the same height and everything.
So you've created an affordable underground Hobbit prefab.
You know what's
Right.
a cool idea though? What I like as an idea would be a bunch of these little Hobbit rooms, but like different stuff. So like one is like a bedroom, one is like a kitchen, one is like a dining room. You know what I mean? And then you just walk to them, and you live on your property, right? And then you have like, oh, here's my bedroom little area, right? And then you walk to like, here's the kitchen. You walk to here's the, you know what I mean? I feel like that's a cool idea. Like having like the outside be part of the yeah, a bunch of yurts, or they connect. Or you'd have them connect, but I think having them not connect is almost fun because then you're like forced to like, oh, it's raining. But I really want to get out of bed. It's raining, and get all the way over to, you know, make it a little fun. Make it where it's like, you know, and it's the winter. Oh, I got to get all the way over to there, and then make the, you know, so then it feels like you're part of like life. You're part of the environment.
Put it this way, somebody could build a house for a guest house where they could build something like this, but it's got some great value because now you have a place to go. Let's say if you're in one of these tornado villages, you're in any sort of like natural disaster area, and you are now out of harm's way from a fire, for example. You can also use it as a root cellar because
No,
this
you use
structure is gonna
geothermal,
stay
dude.
about
That's the thing. If you
65
make them bermed, it's like geothermal, and then you could have little tiny like wood stoves or whatever. Geothermal is like what you want.
degrees all year round.
So have you gotten used to the whole rounded thing? I mean, you have a lot of rounded structures, right? Could you go back to a square home?
No, I don't like them. The inside's really changed because I did finish it. The last time you guys videoed in here, the whole upstairs was under construction. It was a big mess.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, it's done.
When I first got this place, they had straight walls in here. I built this kind of serpent wall, I call it, because it's kind of
It's interesting. All these people have like Buddha and like Buddhist stuff. But yeah, that is so cozy, dude. Look at this. No, once again, like imagine being a kid in this type. This is like the type of thing where it's like, I want to have it where like when I have kids and then I have like that sort of thing, they grow up in like a magical world. That's like Kina.
Like a snake, you know, like that. It's got a full circle on the inside of a 6-foot radius that accommodates this 6-foot staircase. And then I built this upper deck up here. And then I'm like, okay, I got to make the upstairs to
It's like the way, like this, the thing to think about is people's like language. If you learn English or you learn French or you learn Spanish or whatever, Yiddish or real languages like French, Spanish, or English, that changes how you think. That changes how you perceive the world, as opposed to the same person who learned French would think about the world differently than the same person who grew up with English, right? And so, but it's the same thing with how you grow up. Like if you grow up in a cool place, if you grow up in a place, it doesn't need to be huge. It doesn't need to be like amazing, like expensive. I'm a millionaire. It just needs to be like fun, like where you're a kid and there's a bit of, you know, creativity and stuff. That'll change how you perceive the world, how you go about things, how you try to, you know, how do you try to participate in reality, what you create, what you don't create, what you spend your money on, what you think about, what you're, you know, optimistic about, pessimistic about. That sort of thing is like really important, like how people grow up. So like imagine growing up in something that's like a magical house that's round and completely different than everybody else's house. It would make it so like the way you think about the world is very different because you just by virtue of, you know, how you're moving around in life.
My kids when they come.
That's so true, Jeffy.
Originally, that was just storage upstairs. So this is all new. This whole curve I have going on in here. This is the corridor of the whole area to where you have access to that other stairwell. You got access to this bedroom here and the other one here.
And then the doors are done.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how this works. Is it goes like that. It acts like a regular door, and then the whole thing slides out of the way, you know? And the reason I did that is because you can't slide the door this way because you hit that, right? And you also can't open it like this because it hits right here. So I was toying with the idea, and I thought, well, how about I just do that, and figured a way to make it two different styles of doors in one. And then you can see what I did with the staircase. It's like a tunnel going down there.
It does feel like a tunnel. It's tiny.
Yeah, it's only 28 inches wide. I wanted that Greek feel. They got these little tunnels and these little places to go. And it's kind of like, this is all concrete, you know? So that's the feel I wanted, you know? Very inviting going into a curved area.
It's a bit of a hobbit staircase.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And then come over on this side.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, this is my daughter's room.
Are these doors?
Yeah, I built bunk beds out of doors. They're naughty alder doors. They're really cool. So she can have her friends, they come over, they go up here, they climb up there, and they have enough for 1 or 2 kids on each of these bunks. I wanted to utilize this highest point for the walkway, because once they get to that point, they can almost walk up there in this little area. It comfortably sleeps 5 kids, right? And then they have a bat pole here that they slide down. You want to come out, they slide down this.
Can you get up there?
Well, it's difficult for an adult.
Fully evolved, take notes. Dude, what are you talking about, bro? Bongo, what are you doing, dude? What's going on in your life, bro?
Because in order to get up there, you got to go through this space. So the kids crawl up there, no problem. It's very easy. And then actually, my daughter and her friends, they actually climb up this pole, and they use this as a ladder and get up in there, you know?
So this was all your design? You wanted to have a 5-person bunk bed? Or?
Well, one day when the kids were over here, I just had an open room, and I said, girls, I'm gonna make you bunk beds above here. And this one girl, she's like, Dave, can you put a bunk bed over there too? And one over there and one over there? And then can you put a zip line here? And I started laughing. I'm like, yes, I'll do all that. So then I thought, that's actually a good idea. She gave me the idea of putting a bunk bed there as well, and one there, and one there, you know? So it just kind of kept on going, you know, and I could do more, but so far it's good enough.
I love it. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's very simple.
What are you going to do? Fall over?
This one pipe holds everything up. The rest is screwed to the wall. So it's super strong. And then actually this 4x4 actually supports that whole bed and this side, this one beam right here. But as you can see, that beam is actually connected to this post. So it's super strong. This one's cradled into the wall here. This one's cradled into that wall. It's not finished quite yet.
What made you decide to use doors for bed framing?
For one thing, they're already really strong. The only other option would be to do plywood or to do slats, like 2x4 slats, and then put the beds on there. And you kind of look through. But when I started thinking about that, you know, I got those 2 doors. I think that would make the best bed. Because doesn't it look cool, right? They're actually made out of naughty alder, just like these are. And I get those from that surplus place I was telling you about.
That's a nice wood.
Doors. If you ordered a naughty alder door like that, you're looking at like $700. I get them for like $100. Every one of the doors I have upstairs.
Yeah, I like the measuring tape he just uses.
But I put the door going with the slope of the dome. That's how I decided which way to hang the door on each location. They all go with the dome, you know. But these doors are actually insulated windows. Somebody ordered these doors, but they made the wrong curve. So basically they're a $3,500 door, but I bought them for $300 each. And I wanted to get away from trim, so I made these openings fit exactly the door size. So I don't have any actual trim on these doors, if you notice. And they're perfectly cut, so when the door is shut, you don't really hardly have any gap in here. Now, the last time you were here, the staircase was this wide. So I built this wall on top of the staircase in order to accommodate a bathroom in here. So this bathroom is what you call a
Dr.
wet
Kalergi
bathroom.
house.
The whole thing can get soaking wet. See, this door has got tile on it.
Oh, wow. The whole thing?
Yeah, so this whole thing can get wet in here. It's a very big procedure to make this thing 100% waterproof. It's got 2 shower heads in it. And don't you love this? It looks kind of like a storm, like a beautiful, the clouds, you know? This tile is just beautiful.
Cool door. Look at that shape. You had to though, because of the dome, right?
Yeah, and I made a compound miter here. So literally when this door shuts, it actually seals. It seals because the angles, it's tight. So that door doesn't even leak because of that angle.
Which is important because it's a wet bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see how you need to be able to do your own building and designing because you have to deal with like these weird shaped doors and angle. Look at the angles on the dome.
Yeah, I know it's tricky, and that's what this actually is very involved, this bathroom, because there's so many different angles to tie into these walls. It's tricky. But you know, if I didn't use the staircase, I would have the wall here and you couldn't use it. By me using this 16 inches of
Jared
the staircase,
Kushner,
I
JD
was able
Vance,
to get
Steve
this extra
Whitclaw.
height here. It's the only way to really do it.
You don't stop building or designing, right?
Oh yeah, I got a lot of other stuff going on too.
Do you? You just like to always be creating?
This is where I build a tiny house on my spare time. I always like something going on. Somebody asked me recently to build them a tiny home. Just because I built that for that friend of mine, I really liked it. So then when I was done, I'm like, I cleared out this whole area here so I could put a tiny home up on blocks, and then the trailer comes in and backs.
Kirsten Dirksen got a good. She has a good thing going on.
Right here,
Just seeing cool houses.
That looks like it, right?
I like the rocks.
I think he's probably the guy's probably an architect. He's probably an architect and probably knows builders, and they probably say, "Hey, I got this. You want this? I don't need this."
Hey, well, we weren't sure if this was your house, and then we saw it, and I said, "It's got to be your house, right? It's got to be the one built into the hillside. They're not a lot around here."
This is all completely legal within our county's guidelines.
Oh.
It's all
When you talk to somebody, and like the first thing they say, "This is all completely legal. It's all legal, and there's no problem here. It's all completely legal."
legal within the state of California. We were able to actually get a local lender to lend money on it.
Because it's just incredible. I mean, you see it popping out of the hill. It's just hobbitish. It's a huge hobbit house, right?
It's a 2,000 square foot hobbit house. And then I have fig trees. I have 17 fig trees that are on top of the house.
So you wanted to have food growing on your house.
It just made sense.
So you knew you wanted a hill?
Well, I knew that I wanted something that was subterranean, something that would be energy efficient. And earth sheltered structures are just that. It just made a lot of sense. And when I did the engineering on this structure, I've worked in the aerospace business for a while. I went into one of the blast protection structure that Boeing had been using. I think it was in Kansas. And I went into it in the middle of the summer. It was about a 108-degree day. It was 72 degrees inside. And I went into it on a -10 day, and it was 70 degrees inside. And I just kind of went, okay. So I copied these structures. So basically what we have is we have a 40-foot wide, 20-foot high, 32 feet in depth, upside down concrete swimming pool. When this property came up, it was reasonably priced because of the hillside.
Dude, that's so awesome. That's so cool, dude.
Everybody who kind of came went, oh my God.
Don't see a lot of house here. I mean, from up here, you feel like you're just on a hill.
Yeah. We're already 24 feet up from the bottom.
If you keep going down to the street, what's the street from?
We were actually 120 feet from our front yard.
What's funny is you could break into the house from like the top
level.
Yeah. Oh, but you wanted
like you could break in right here.
Something with a slope.
When I saw this property, the reason that I mainly wanted it was because of the solar orientation. That is true solar south. That was an important factor to me because of the solar generation on it.
How much solar do you have?
I think it's 10.2 kilowatts. And then we have a sun tube that goes in.
So you have light come down.
Yeah, that basically in.
Yeah, that's one of the things I was thinking was a good idea is have like some sort of like light glass thing that comes through, so light comes through the top.
Illuminates the back section of the house.
Yeah. And it works well, probably, huh?
Yeah, it works exceedingly well.
So for you, it was really function before form.
Yeah, it was purely functional for me.
Okay.
And then a bunch of my friends went, it looks like a Hobbit house. And I went, what's that?
So have you read The Hobbit?
Nope, never read the book.
Never
So
read any
you built
shit
the house
books.
first?
Yeah.
But you
Literally,
knew that
it's
it
like
was going to be
Teletubbies
warm
house,
in the
dude.
winter, cooler in the summer.
We are a net positive producer. The propane tank, we filled the propane tank 4 years ago. Whereas my next door neighbors, they were filling that every 6 to 8 weeks. And that's, 200 gallons times $2 and some odds a gallon.
Because how cold does it get in wintertime in here?
We do get snow here in the winter.
So it makes sense to burrow into the hill.
Yeah. But the only bad thing was when we bought this place, we started digging down and we are in a huge rock sheet. And so can you believe that this California state government wouldn't allow me to go buy explosives and do it myself? No sense of humor, these guys. So I ended up hiring a blasting company. All the rocks that we pulled out are all the rocks that I used on the front of the shop.
A lot of rock then.
Yeah.
So that made it more difficult, but.
It made it more difficult and more expensive. I mean, we only spent about, I don't even want to say how much, we didn't spend very much money building this house. We spent about $80,000 building this house.
So really, you just did it all yourself?
Yeah.
It's $80,000.
Try to flip
dude.
on some lights, it's low.
Ugly ass inside
it's
though.
not. Here it feels like a dome. Outside, it feels more like it's sort of fitting the earth, and here it feels like an actual.
Well, basically what we did was the ribs that
Bro
you
does
see
not
in
have
here
taste. I'll say
were
that.
steel ribs.
I'll say that much. Bro does not exist in the realm of having taste.
That were built, and then we covered it with burlap and wire.
Right.
And then what we did, that they kind of go for structure.
Oh. Yeah. Bro's like autistic, but like not in a good way. But not in a bad way. I mean, it's cool. He has a cool house, but a big build up for something you don't want to be looking at every day, ever. One day. Dude. Okay, this is going to be Kino, though. Massive aura loss, yeah. Yeah, so the war's over, okay. But it won't hold. It won't hold. Who cares?
I know people that are paying $300, $600 a month in utilities just to heat or cool a house. That's crazy, rather than just spending the extra $800 to insulate a house properly. Or like what we're doing, insulate the house itself, not the actual shell, but around the house by nesting it or integrating it more into the earth.
Oh.
Hi. I like your trees. Hi, nice to meet you. Wow, right away. It
Looks
feels
like
a
bad like zoo.
little kind of fairy tale. Like it doesn't feel like a house.
Like the trees, I like the houses and stuff. The trees though, I don't like the trees.
All right, careful though. I've barely trained this one. It's taken a nip or two with the more curious.
You were getting into a sort of another world here,
A
right?
zoo for autistic animals.
The vision of this property is a 17-year work about how inexpensively we can build for the climate and for the exposure to these new firestorms and other elements.
That's cool, dude.
Bunkers have been around, but those things are dark, they're mega expensive, they suffer from mold and lack of ventilation. And the same with earthships, like those are practical in a desert environment. You'd be growing mold as a second agricultural crop if you tried to build an earthship here the way they do. So this idea here is really about how do you take the simple wood frame modular design and then encapsulate it like a turtle shell in a way that you have this ooey gooey, warm, nurturing living space that's inexpensive and very familiar, that's well insulated, that benefits from the standard benefits of the earth, which is around 65 degrees. So the trick is all this stuff you see is my exploring the craft of ferro cement. So we designed this so that it feels kind of welcoming and opening. We didn't want it to feel like it was like dark and like forbidding. And
This guy's
so
freaky.
you can see
You
there's
know
a
that
lot
bro's
of
been murdering people on this property. You know bro's been murdering a lot of people on his property.
openings here that kind of allow air and light. And then on this side here, we also incorporated little atriums as well. And these have both electric lights as well as natural skylights that go up into the garden above.
That's cool.
The idea is, how do you create kind of, you know, what was the guy's name?
Forestier.
Forestier, yeah. He also created this hive of connected spaces. And I'm a little more cheap because he burrowed in the earth. I'm actually creating a space, and then like every area I don't use, I have to fill with gravel or something. So I want to incorporate and use every single space here. So that was a big difference, but you can kind of see how this feels nice and open and light. And then we've got these atriums in here and over here.
The atrium seemed kind of in disarray.
This experience.
Not a fan of this one so far.
Putting bench.
Niche. And so if you have, this is called an apse, and it's just kind of like a little sleeping niche. And so if you have,
this is where we put my prisoners.
Have guests and you need like a little private place for someone to crash or whatever, this is going to be my office space. I really wanted to be able to look out into the garden.
That's comfy.
So this is, Allison and I kind of worked out our control issues. Like she got one room and I got one room. So this is the same side Lancet Dome, but she built her sleeping niche right next to the garden.
It's just big enough for it's like a twin size bed. So you can lean against this wall.
Wait, so she's sleeping in a different spot? So this lady's not sleeping with her husband?
Look out at the garden kind of thing.
So this is called a Lancet Dome. And Lancet domes are one of the strongest and oldest structural forms. It's also, in this case, it's like this.
Yeah, this place kind of is like
that shape.
Not what I'm feeling. I'm not feeling this place.
Here, like, as part of this fight the government for 3 years trying to get a permit, the internet's like all these, like you'll have a house and they'll have like a 25-foot, 8-inch thick concrete wall adjacent to the sidewalk. You go into this door and you enter this lush environment, right? And so the idea here is that the main house looks out into the viewscape in the canyon, and the backside looks into this private space. So you still have air that can go all the way through the house and ventilation. And then this is just like
where I would smoke
an
weed.
amazing private,
Yeah, this is my weed smoking
fun
area.
space to hang out. And like a standing right there, this heat envelope that the heat does not come down. You know, you can have all the benefits of light and air and not suffer the heat. And it's passive. This is all solid earth around. And that acts as a big energy bank, right? And because there's no
The
solar.
whole
heat,
house is based on if it
right?
would be
So
cool
it
to
just
smoke weed. Honestly?
Yeah.
A bookshelf. Behind a hidden bookshelf. I mean, that is.
You get this look, this earthy look.
Well, we built custom trowels,
Okay.
right, that we could use to make specific shapes. So we would plaster it on there and then create the texture. And then after it cures, you can come back with a organic.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. It just
environment.
lacks. It's just lacking. Bro's a freaking swinger, freaks. Yeah, stay away from that house. I'll tell you that. I'll stay away from that. That's kind of the, that's a big one to stay away from. I would warn you. Stay away from these people. Kirsten Dixon. I like her. She seems like a nice person. But I don't like it that way. I don't mean that. I don't mean a creep. I mean like a respect way. Nordic homestead near Russian border. Ooh. A couple's no bank, no phone life. 70 kilometers is a little far. Dude, it's so funny. Why would they say Nordic homestead near Russian border instead of just home in Finland? I feel like the Finnish people are probably not happy about that. It's like, it's their own country, dude.
When I was 25, I wanted to go into this self-sufficiency, extreme self-sufficiency. Originally,
Yo, what's
my
up,
plan
Polycarp?
was
Irish
to
group,
occupy forest, doing my hut
Goat
there.
weed.
I wanted to go here because here are not so many people. And then there's also like not so many generations that people lived very, very simple. For example, here in this area, some houses got electricity in the 80s. So here, this old-fashioned Finnish culture is still present. The local people, for them, it was a mystery somehow.
They don't look Nordic. They look like
who has
crap.
seen a little bit of the world, wants to get
They don't look
very,
Nordic.
very
They look
simple.
like crap.
All by hand.
Yeah. Forest where the logs are near. So because of transportation.
Okay. It's so tall. This shape, is this traditional?
This is his design.
Because it has to be so simple that I managed to do it. Because this is a very heavy work to do with the axe. So it has to be simple.
This is a cabin.
That doesn't look simple. This is a 2-story building. If it's...
No, yeah, but it's like the size is 6 meters by 6 meters by 6 meters. So it can't be more stupid.
It's easier to have it, all the logs are that size.
Yeah, the logs are coming from this forest behind there.
It's fun. I like it, but I feel like it is kind of trashy.
Logs. This forest is not so old. There are not so many logs which are big enough for the house.
Okay. And straight
And I like
logs.
Finnish people, so it's like I
can't-
want to see the actual
I can
The old this way.
inside though.
Yeah, here.
Somehow I doubt the inside's gonna be much different.
Those people who want to be survivalists. Actually, there's very little people who really can go actually just with the axe into the forest.
Bro's tapped in.
And establishing everything, the whole life.
Respect though. It's so much respect, dude.
And for me, that's
so cool.
the challenge.
Imagine smoking weed here though. Just smoke more weed. If your parents don't like you smoking weed, tell them fuck off.
And then several tools.
Mom, dad, sorry. Fuck off. I'm trying to smoke weed.
You can see very clearly what kind of logs they have to be. It's like this way that the lower part is like in this way. So it's always that the log like this.
Homeless. Hey, I'm gonna be homeless too if you don't power chat that live, folks. Like fall time. Trying to get $400 tonight. Somebody said $400, please. Thank you.
Work with people. So he ended up doing it alone.
Originally, I was going to have just one floor, but thick enough.
But I got the crazy.
All this.
Dude, that's so cool.
He had like this kind of crane which he could build himself.
I worked it out that I can do it alone. So if you are alone, you have to invent.
That's crazy,
for me
dude.
natural.
Dude, that's so cool.
But when he was doing the roof, I didn't want to be here because it was so scary looking. He never uses any safety things.
Any rope?
No.
No, he's finished.
I only when I had a lunch ready, I was calling the bell. We have a big bell in our yard. And we had an agreement that if he didn't turn up in 20 minutes, then I would come here to have a look if he's still alive.
Usually houses don't have like these long rafters. They are twice.
As far out as normally.
Yeah, that means that if the rain is coming, it's not touching so easily the lower slope. But there's also like this gap has to be. That is like the wind is drying it so. These are 8 of these foundations.
Damn, dude, look at that rock. That's crazy. Dude.
80 centimeters down because there is like this more sandy layer. And then it shouldn't rot.
So you made the staircase on the outside?
No, actually the main entrance is there. But this is for the reason that I wanted to build in a way that I'm not wasting space, the inner space, because it's like pressures.
It's a step up. The floor is up high.
Yeah, this is not ready. I will build here an entrance. This is not finished. But this is not so.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because everything is very dark here. The logs are dark, and so I wanted a reflecting
it's so
surface.
impressive. It
And
really
then
is like
also
insanely
thinking
impressive.
About energy. This is processed. This board is processed. Of course, usually people would put here boards, but it's totally unnecessary because you don't need here processed wood. It can be round, but here it's the bigger reason that it's processed. That is like everything I'm doing here. They are like these birches. When we cleared the area here, so the birch was there. We invested already the work, and so it was like totally natural to continue. And if you want to go far and weird, then you can like arrange them, these red ones and brown ones. But there I stop because I want to finish also things. This is the kitchen. This is like an oven for baking and for heating up the house. And then you can put there a bread.
I would be so scared of
my
like using
favorite
anything with
things
fire
is
in that
to
house.
build
Though.
fireplaces so that it's like preserving
I feel like
the most heat.
I feel like wouldn't
This
that
is
be like a big
my
risk?
concept how the pipes are going and they
Especially with
go
a lot
a
of
little bit
birch.
up here.
Isn't birch
and
like
then
crazy
they go
flammable, or is it just
into
the bark?
one channel here. So on both sides
Goated.
they go like in
Goat
this way.
Weeks just gifted one subscription on
Thank you
Cake.
very much. Appreciate it.
Normally they are built in this way that the heat it goes straight down, but then it's like the efficiency
Power
is
Chat Live
lower
/
in
Paul
taking
Town. Ask
all
any
the heat,
question.
storing it.
Give me money.
How do you even know how to make a stove?
We're trying out.
Yeah.
I suggested him that maybe he could read some instructions, but he was no.
Extremely unnatural way. I want always to do myself. Upstairs is like a living room, and there's bed. I try to avoid any constructions that I have stumps, for example, here, supporting something. I use in building very much this like having the weight.
It's crazy to have it and then have a computer.
The balcony is building.
Like, it's crazy. Like he has all set up, and then he has his computer, and then boom boxes.
Very much this like having a.
It is comfy though inside. I honestly I like it. I like it. I don't think the missus would like it though.
It on the other side. So the balcony, it's pushing
When is
down.
the game coming out? Soon. We added a lot of stuff. We added force powers, force push and pull. We added puzzle boxes. We've added traps. Basically, we're working on making it more fun though. Adding stuff, making it more like gamified.
Logs which are going under this. So they are actually lifting this floor. Also, the whole roof.
Is it looping?
construction
Is what
also
looping?
basing on having the weight on two sides.
Everything is structural, really.
Yeah,
I mean, everything.
yeah.
Simple but beautiful.
Yeah, like this here. Here I didn't take sandpaper. Like the branches, they are a little bit sharp, and what other people would take off. Yeah, and for example, I actually hate working with bricks. So when I did this chimney,
I feel like it's gonna collapse though. I feel like it's cool, but it's like gonna collapse.
like it's a little bit like unequal, but
So I don't like
So when I did this chimney, like
the
it's a
tensile.
little bit-
Yeah, the tensile strength of this. It's like, dude, I'm not sure, but that doesn't look like it's like, you know what I mean?
Paul Town viewer 774678 sent $10.
Thank you. But like, am I wrong, or does this look kind of like sus? It's just from drying out. Yeah, but I feel like I've seen like support beams, like I-beams, whatever they're called, support beams. from like farmhouses that they seem much better. Maybe I'm misremembering, but they seem way better suited.
Like unequal, but it's not falling apart. And very often you have something design, and after a year it gets false. Like here, these fish traps, they have been for many years in the water, and they are made from linen. I grow it, then I spinning it, and also I made a spinning wheel to make the thread.
Yo, thank you, Pale Town Viewer, Paul Town Viewer 774, 678, appreciate it.
Simple materials by hand. You don't need to put so much.
Using on a birch, but birch, I don't know, whatever.
Does it look nice? Automatically looks nice.
Is this one of your tools?
Yeah, this is a branch.
You made this?
Yeah, they are like they are good.
Yeah, how'd it crash?
This is the stem, and this is the branch that's coming out. So
this music is trash, the lyrics are retarded. I'm not listening to the lyrics.
A lot of impact.
So these are different from downstairs. These are bigger?
Yeah, just bigger. Because it's all for long.
So they need to support more.
Yeah, and this is bound against the beam. Otherwise, they would by the years start to hang. Because there is a lot of insulation, 60 centimeters insulation on this.
The moss. And you put moss in between?
Yeah, there is moss between. Moss is like
a lot of knots like pine. Yeah.
But not nowadays. Even those people who make traditional.
Yeah, that's the worst thing that could happen.
Industrial
putting wood shavings. Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like it's gonna catch on fire or collapse.
The gap between by the
imagine trapping out this hoe.
Unequal.
Or is that
and
moss?
So the gap for insulation is varying. So you can't use the actually standard thickness. Then I make the experiments, and the first one, it was taking so much time. One log about 1 day. And then I made a totally different system, and then it's like less than half an hour. And I had to do all these experiments in the very beginning.
It really is an exercise in autism.
Of times. If I lose 5 hours, hundreds of times, it's like a lot of time.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nice. This is part of the forest. It's all from right around here. Right?
Yes, it's all from here.
So this is one more part of the birch trees.
Yeah. This can be taken down.
Very
if
cool.
I have something big to.
Very cool. Good video. Thank you for the $10, Paul Town Viewer 774-678. Appreciate it. Actually, I want to see the comments on that. I feel like the comments are gonna be good. A salute to the Finnish people for reinventing intelligence and compassionate living. Yeah, salute to the Finnish people for reinventing intelligence. That's what I say. I always say salute to the Finns for reinventing intelligence. 07. My father grew up off-grid and 100 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle in Finland. He was born in 1915, so that was normal. This helps me understand more of his world. People are so smart and hardworking, it's unbelievable. When I was asking if it was looping, I was wondering if the context window is getting full from all the inputs. Are you talking about the game, for the video game? No, I mean, you just have to basically know what you're talking about. Like, you essentially have to say, oh, it's going to be in this system and this sort of thing, blah, blah, blah. There's certain things where I have to think about, I just haven't done. Like, to make them nicer, the little bugs I need to go smash. But as long as you have like a mental model and an idea of what needs to be fixed, it can say, oh, do this, do that. And it seems to be pretty good so far. Like, I haven't really run into any problems, any deep problems. Couples buy whole Ghost Village, tell others to join, and fix their rune. Ooh, Where is this? In Spain? I can't go to Spain, bro. I'm not moving to Spain. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Can we work on the game later? Maybe. Maybe when Nick is streaming. I was working on the game earlier. It's just hard, like, honestly, like, the problem with the game, the big problem with streaming in the game is that everything's so slow with the game. I can't, like, work on stuff is so slow. Like, working on features and stuff, it's so much slower while streaming for some reason. Like, the computer just can't handle it. And so it's like, it's more frustrating than like when I'm like off stream.
We have been thinking about building a house, but we wanted to do something more than just building a house.
Ooh.
We wanted it to have some kind of purpose.
It's like you have another way of thinking about a home, right? It's not just a box to keep you enclosed.
No, it is something that should, because we live in this ecological system. Why am I fighting nature? This is part of us in like
Facts.
every way. Why can't I work with it in some ways at least? Why shouldn't our houses be part of this? Because it is a system that works perfect. So why not just adapt to the system instead of trying to do our own? It's easier. It's open.
Dude.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Johan? Johan. Feeling warm air coming. It's kind of chilly outside. I'm feeling warm air coming in.
Yeah.
During winter time, when the sun is up and shining, I mean, there is like 20-25 degrees.
Yeah, my context window gets too full.
Yeah, as soon as you get
streaming.
some sun on it. But I think it was in November you were up there in shorts.
Yeah.
Because and if the sun is out, then the kids can go, be here jumping around in shorts.
Even if it's raining, so it's really good.
Yeah.
Pedo
And the
house?
kids,
No, dude.
they say like, we have the best house. You can play everywhere. Because we have the stuff up there as well. Swings and rings you can hang in.
So they can, most of the winter, can really use this. The kids. So it's a playground. It's an indoor playground.
Yeah. It is a connection with the outdoor. So this is like something in between inside and outside.
Trampolines are dangerous though.
So we can also
And he'll
open
break their
those
legs and
doors.
stuff, get paralyzed.
So all of this will just become one room.
We thought it was hard to find like
The aesthetics.
Yeah, it's hard because a greenhouse is a greenhouse. And so we did another approach with parts of the house in the greenhouse.
Hey, so.
We're talking about the playground.
Yeah. I'm inside it.
So the greenhouse becomes a part of the living room or the living space.
dirt biking's
So
safe.
it's really nice.
Dirt biking is safe.
When we did the first sketches, we talked a lot about indoor, outdoor, or the in between, because now we have the greenhouse like something in between indoor and outdoor. So it's really nice because it's easy to find a place where it's
a good temperature.
Yeah, good temperature.
It's Sweden also, right?
Close to Gothenburg. Gothenburg is famous for being rainy.
So it's really nice because the sun goes down a little bit earlier because the ridge here, and I thought that was a problem when we moved here, but the greenhouse contains the warmth. So I mean, even if you don't go outside, you can go inside the greenhouse and then you're still like outdoor.
Ja, gungar så långt. Also the concrete, it will keep the warm in the evening, so it feels warm.
It's like floor heating in the summertime.
In the evening when it gets chilly, it's very nice. It's like warm sand.
Yeah, that's so cool.
All of our wastewater goes into these growing beds, so we reuse it.
So we're talking about wastewater, kitchen water?
Yes, everything.
Wastewater is then treated?
No.
No?
So it's treated in here. So it's like
It's like sewage treatment plant.
Yeah.
we use the water and the nutritions to grow on.
So this is like a huge worm compost. So there's a lot of life in here.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Wow, how many worms did you put in here then?
No, just put in a few, and then they are like regulating that themselves.
Produce to say
Because
this
it's
is what it looks like, all of it.
So do you think there's that many worms because there's so much good waste?
Yes.
They feed off the.
All like kitchen scrap, well, anything that comes out of the water in the kitchen. Then, but also
Only question I have is why is it probably
and
smells,
toilet
right?
paper.
Toilet paper?
Yes, everything.
It's like a normal system, so everything goes down in the
Poop
we have the
greenhouse.
old
Your kids are playing in the
basement
poop field.
Where the solar cells are.
Your
then we have a pump-
kids are just playing in a poop
So, and
field.
does it get treated at all?
still. No, it's not.
Which is, it's
treated.
chopped. It's chopped to small
The pump has like a.
A blender?
Yeah, more or less. So the fraction is like a couple of millimeters. So everything goes up. So it's like a rainwater pump. We have a like 3 cubic meter tank in the basement for rainwater. And we have a wastewater system.
Is this down this little pump house?
This is actually the first one. So when I turn it on, you see it all.
Would you be turning on the pump?
Yeah, you can hear it a little bit.
Oh.
No, it's empty.
Yeah, this is like, that's what I mean. It's like, we're like forced to like care about like a bunch of like freaks, and people, we could just have the future like so easy. Like the future is just so cool, and it's so like easy and like makes sense, and it's like logical, and well, you do some work, make something cool, and then you just have like just groups of like weird weirdos who are like disturbed, like ruining it for everybody.
Yeah, it's empty, so I can't turn it on.
But you can see the
Then you can see it lights up blue. So this is the pipes in the
underneath.
Yeah, underneath, and then it goes down to another pump, and then it goes up in the corner, and there's gravel and calc.
Oh, it's lime.
Limestone. So the water flows through that through a couple of weeks actually, and then it goes down
The poop
to
schematics
a
make
small
sense.
pond where it ends up.
That's where the water ends up.
Yeah, after all the treatment, and so that's the last.
So it gets pumped back up, and then it comes out of what?
There are pipes going like 10-50 centimeters underneath the surface. We have pipes going like this, and they're going all the way. You just see the top of it and for inspection.
So, you know, because there's food up here, people always worry. So, but it's getting the worms and everything first are kind of eating all.
Yeah, but I mean the food is above the beds.
on
It's
top.
not beneath, because where the worms are is like 30 centimeters maybe, and below that it's like a substrate filtration about 80 centimeters, and in that nothing grows, so it's more for filtration.
So that's all permitted. I mean, you can have wastewater, because I know, like in the U.S., there's big issues with using wastewater that goes into your garden.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, we're actually part of, we call it municipal system, like the government system.
Okay.
But we're in their system, but we are separate, so we can use this system.
You could use theirs if you wanted to.
Yeah, we have not, we don't do it. So we get a permit to use this.
You had to get a special permit?
Yeah, because it's only 2 systems in Sweden that actually got this kind of permit. Because if you're in their government system, you're not allowed to do anything
Poop house.
else.
Welcome to the poop
But if
house.
you can
It's not a
prove
greenhouse, it's a
you're
brown house.
Similar or better.
That's not a poop house. That's not a greenhouse. That's a poop house.
See if they moved. Oh, no, there they are.
Oh gosh, always. You always. Oh my gosh. And the soil is so black.
It's from charcoal or like coal.
So it's a mix of, like this is wood from trees.
Oh,
And we
okay.
also have this coal. It's, yeah.
Like biochar?
Yeah, and we also have this
Yeah.
leca blocks. So it's a mix of that from to make it. It can't be too compact, because if it's compact, the worms won't like it. So it needs to be quite airy. Yeah.
Aerated, yeah.
Always, you want to end up like ideally, you want to end up like the Swedish family. You don't want to end up like the worms in the compost. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid being the worms in the compost, and we're trying to be thoughtful like the Swedish family. Yeah, this is Arvel's community,
two
dude.
systems in Sweden that actually got this kind of
You don't want to
permit.
be
This is
eating
one
the
of it.
human poop. You want to be.
So they're finding,
You want to
they
be
found
creating
that
your
like
own
they tested the soil and found there's no
poop system.
pathogens.
Yeah, because even the government system, they have values that are
Higher.
Yeah.
It's been tested as better than the municipal system, yeah. And then there's so many worms that it's just.
Yeah, and they are like spreading it.
Yeah, right, because they move, so it has to be so fertile.
Yeah, it is. So last year we had a jungle of tomatoes, but now we tried to take them away before they got too big. Okay. Because what happened was that we ate tomatoes, and then the seeds came up with the wastewater. So in some places they popped up, tomato plants. Yeah, we went up north to
Poop
my parents,
tomatoes.
and then when we
were
came
eating
back, it was just
we was eating poop tomatoes and shit, bruh.
a jungle. The tomato plants were like
Yeah, I think
coming over
Arvel's
the
saying,
table.
I think it's people trying fun stuff. I wouldn't recommend joining it or joining it myself, but trying cool stuff. I don't think, why not? Why not try interesting things and live it up? Is that really a bad idea compared to like the average person's life? It's like, no. Like both options are probably pretty bad. So like, I'm not gonna freak out if somebody says I just want to get a normal job and not pay attention to anything, get vaccinated, and have kids and join the military. So why would I freak out if I'm not freaking out at those people? Why am I freaking out at somebody who wants to try to create a Charles Manson death cult?
Blair, they were everywhere.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't think about that the seeds make it back in.
Why would I care about that,
You're really cycling waste to
Dude,
your...
it's so crazy how good it looks.
And growing it, and you're eating...
Pond is like the final step in the system. I mean, it's not needed, but when we let the last water out in the nature, we want it to be clean. So the pond is also for cleaning, but also for animals or insects.
PowerChat.live/Paultown. Keep
This
it up.
is Bulgarian peppers.
So it's just starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is tomatoes, grapes.
We have 3 kids, so this is what it is.
Which is why it's great that it's kind of self-sustaining a bit as well, right? The waste is really fertilizing, and it's also irrigating.
Yes, and this is kiwi, and this is a female plant.
Okay.
And she needs a husband. Oh. And we don't have that yet.
We killed it.
She had a husband, but he died, so she's a widow. So here you can see some peaches. I'm not an expert farmer, but both my mother, she's from the Philippines. She comes from a farmer family. And my dad, he's a farmer from the north of Sweden. This is the kaki.
Persimmon in English.
Yeah, persimmon. Now, it had some fruits last year, but they just fell off. So we're learning, it's a process.
Vilken vill du höra? Den där. Vi tar den. Så. Good.
So I grew up on a farm, and I've always grew stuff, but I never had a greenhouse. I never had like all of these possibilities. I didn't have grapes. I had no idea you could grow grapes in Sweden.
Peach is not ripe, dude. A peach is not ripe yet. What are you doing?
So you are just,
The
so
fuck?
you're not on the municipal sewage system?
No, we're not.
That's
How do they not know the
impressive.
peach is not
It's more
ripe?
impressive than the greenhouse.
Yeah,
What's
there's
going
a huge
on, bro?
step because it's like 2 systems in Sweden, ours and another one that's not obliged to.
Get some food.
I can eat this. I can eat the kids' breakfast. some of it.
Do you think other people could copy this?
Yeah, I mean, that's our idea. Show that it's possible. I mean, this is a way to, we call it avlasta.
Like to not put more pressure on the municipality system.
Because right now we're using drinking water for flushing toilets. And here, I mean, all water that is used, all nutrition stays in the cycle. So for
Bro needs to get little things to automate that.
Municipality system, you just send it away. And the nutritions and water.
And it becomes waste. Here, to us, it's a resource.
Det haglar ute. Och ganska otrevligt där.
And also with resilience, if the municipality system is out, we will have a big problem. But we won't have a problem because we have our own. And if we had more like smaller systems, it would be more safe in a way.
What do we see up here? That's just shading?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's necessary because it gets really...
It is.
Yeah. It gets really warm.
Which is good in wintertime.
Yeah.
It gets a little bit brighter.
It's gotten a lot brighter, right? Which, for a big part of the year, you're probably like.
Yeah.
All right, show the rest of the house.
And
dude.
it's also a little bit of insulation during the winter time.
Oh, they are. I mean, they have one big screen right here, right?
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah. No, but they are playing a lot of physical playing. Their friends really likes this one. Yeah, so you can be in here. So it's like a, what do you call it?
Your hammock.
Hängmatta. What's the English? Yeah.
That's great. I mean, so every little thing is thought out. It's like every space. That's because that's just a corner, but like you don't throw it away.
Yeah. But we're not here too often. We should be here more. I will fall asleep here.
What's this area then? This is dedicated to...
This is our gym.
That's your gym.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hours on the training bike. And then we have our office in there.
You got kettlebells?
And how is this part of the house?
This is a bit warmer.
Yeah. Since there's a lot of windows. Okay. So, I mean, when we designed it, it's like a...
You're quite sporty.
Yeah.
What kind of sports?
I do like orienteering and...
Adventure racing. I've been working in the military, but now I'm for a couple of years now I've been a reservist. But still I need to keep my physical fitness. Maybe I could do 3.
Yeah.
Maybe I could do 4.
Yeah.
I think that's maximum.
And I see that you have a beautiful red carpet. That red is really cool.
It should be green.
It adjusts to what it gets, if it's rainy or not, or how much sun and such.
Is this the first time it's been red?
Yeah, that one is really, I mean, it's great.
Yeah, this is like A24, dude. A24 ass house with the Teslas. Tetris family founders. Yo, dude.
Hey. When you see island culture, it's different from continental culture.
Nice.
Welcome to the ranch. This used to be a cattle ranch, 110,000 acre cattle ranch. Oh my gosh, you can see my tortoise coming down the hill.
Wait, why do you have a tortoise?
My son inherited a tortoise from somebody. Oh, somebody put a new tracker on him. We put a tracker on him so that we could, find my turtle. Hey there. Yeah, because he's always going somewhere. We are
get the fuck out the
more
way, bro.
closely aligned to other islands in the Pacific than we
Get
are
the fuck
to
out
other
the way,
states
dude.
in the
I
country.
gotta go somewhere.
Now, Hawaii is the southernmost state in the country,
Get the
so
fuck
we have
out.
the best solar.
Piss off.
So we are at 2,500 foot elevation here. The blue thing is the top of the well. There's a pipe that goes down 2,400 feet and that's where we get our water. And there's a 75 kilowatt pump at the bottom that pumps the water up
That's
and
crazy,
into a holding
2,400
tank
feet, that's
up at
insane.
the top of the ranch.
Half a
We
mile
don't
down?
just get water for us, but there are 150 families on the ridge. They all get their water from here. We get 20 inches of rain per year, so it's not a whole lot of rain. So to take this off the grid, we
20
made a
inches of rain
solar
per
array
year? That's
and
crazy,
a battery
dude.
bank. This is the battery bank.
Damn, son.
Ta-da!
How many batteries can you fit in a shipping container?
Well, this is a megawatt, 1,000 kilowatts hours of battery. If you just have solar, that means you can only pump during the peak power times.
Damn, son.
So the solar charges the batteries, and then the batteries pump the water.
Yeah, we understand how
Why would you
electricity
want it all
works.
inside a shipping container?
We want to keep them cool, the whole system cool. This is easy to move around.
Because you'd move it around just to have.
Well, okay, so if you were the military does everything in 20-foot containers. So rather than have a generator and diesel sitting around your forward base, you'd much better off having something like this, which cannot explode under any circumstances.
It's almost like aesthetically pleasing.
This was definitely a prototype. And then we see how it works. And then if it looks like something that we can sell, then we go into mass production.
Golf cart makes sense, right?
We actually rebuilt this. We took out the lead acid battery and put one of our modules inside.
What kind of module?
Lithium ferrous phosphate.
Traditional.
Is a
Yeah, dude, we got
top frame.
We got
And that-
batteries.
that we
Show
know-
me your houses.
Here.
We ranches were built with a tin roof because we don't have the clay to bake the tiles and all that. So yeah, it's a material that you can bring to Hawaii that doesn't weigh a ton.
How old is this?
The house is built in 1906, and then it's been through so many transformations. If you can imagine, this place used to have drop ceilings. Can you imagine hiding that? That was all hidden. That was in the 50s and the 60s. That was the thing. The ceiling was right at the top of this ledge here going across. But there was no stairs going down. So these posts are the corners of.
Boring ass video.
People of Iran. What are we going to just leave them there? There's nothing that we can do, and we're going to wash our hands over that? That to me is morally very difficult to accept. And then what about the proxies, Hezbollah? I was reading these statements. Hezbollah has killed more Americans than Iran directly. Hezbollah is Iran. Hezbollah is firing missiles into Israel by the hundreds still. And you have a ceasefire that they've already broken. And so, yes, the argument will be, well, they don't have control of this and control of that. Well, if they don't have control of this and control of that, how do we even enter into an agreement? There's a lot of complicated issues. People of Iran. What are we going to just leave them there? There's nothing that we can do, and we're going to wash our hands over that? That to me is morally very difficult to accept.
Ah, shit. Ah, life's too funny. Life's too good. Troll Homestead. Dude, this is not the entire house. No way, dude. Bro needs to nuke Iran. Trump needs to get on it. Stop being anti-Semitic. Nuke Iran.
And roots troll and earth trolls and many different kinds of trolls in the fairy tales. And trees. And even if you are here in the wintertime, you can and put them down instead.
And roll it into the dirt.
Yeah.
No way, dude. This isn't the whole fucking house, dude.
And still using the warmth from the soil. Here's also.
I think they are modern houses. Now we have earth houses. And if you want to live a sustainable life, many look at this kind of house and think, oh yes, it's quite good. It's the real.
Oh yes, it's quite good. Rolling home, that looks like shit. Yo. Iran's not getting nuked apparently. Iran is never getting nuked apparently, dude. W or L?
Because
I
this
can't tell.
finished in 2013, and I remember the greenery was not so lush. I am surprised.
Just part of the outside.
Bedroom is part of the
Dude, it's not even a house. It's like a side. It's like a slight thing.
outside, and it's also a continuation of the living room. This is the main bedroom at the one tip of the house, and there is the other bedroom at the other tip of the house.
So you fit the living room and the dining room.
Looks shit. Looks so shit, dude. It's crazy. L house. Can we get L house? L house in chat, please. PowerShot.live/Paultown. If you agree, L house. I'm sick of this lady pissing me the fuck off. You said it, not me, dude. Look at this though.